Precious words of Shri Krishna. Lord Krishna is worshipped as the eighth incarnation of Lord Vishnu and is the supreme God in his own right. He is the God of compassion, tenderness, love and is the most popular and widely revered among the Indian deities. He taught us everything about life, love, happiness, dharma, moksha, bhakti, yoga, meditation, dharma, truth. Let us know some precious words that came from the mouth of Shri Krishna. Do everything you have to do, but not out of greed, not out of ego, not out of lust, not out of jealousy, but with love, compassion, humility and devotion. Lord Shri Krishna mentions the intention to work through this precious verse. When there is greed, dishonesty or jealousy while doing any work, then that work will neither be right nor will its results be fruitful. Apart from this, the work which we do with love with all our heart will be beneficial not only for us but also for the society. Hell has 3 gates: lust, anger and greed. The doors of hell are always open for a person who has lustful tendencies, who has greed in his mind and who has an extremely angry nature. That means such a person gets a place only in hell. I am the beginning, middle and end of the creation. Lord Shri Krishna is the sustainer of this universe. He was the beginning of this world, he is the middle and he will be the end. Those who don't fight for what you want, so don't cry for what you're lost. Man wants everything, but he cannot get everything. Don't repent for what you didn't get, and don't despair for what was lost from you, what was separated from you. I am the soul located in the heart of all living beings. I am also the beginning, middle and end of all beings. Every person is connected to Shri Krishna, and Shri Krishna is connected to every person. He is our beginning, middle and end. Experience cold or heat, pleasure or pain. These experiences are fleeting. They come and go. Bear them patiently. Time does not remain the same. If there is sadness today, there will be happiness tomorrow. And after happiness it is natural that sadness also comes. You should live your life with full patience and faith in Shri Krishna. Truth can never be destroyed. One should not be afraid to do good. People often are afraid of telling the truth, but the truth can never be hidden, nor can it ever be erased. No matter how much you hide, the truth will definitely be exposed. Therefore, one should never be afraid to do or say and believe whatever is based on truth. Do not get attached to this body, it is dust and will return to dust. The soul is immortal which will merge into God. People are busy in beautifying their body, but the beauty of the soul is more important than the beauty of the body. The body is mortal, it is dust and returns to dust, but the soul is immortal, so pay attention to the beauty of the soul. The beauty of the soul is found in absorbing oneself in Shri Krishna. Whatever happened was good. Whatever happens, happens for the good. Sometimes adverse circumstances come to make our current situation for good. The mind is fickle, it is difficult to control it, but it is controlled with practice. The mind is fickle, it wanders here and there and is the enemy of concentration in any work. But if it comes under the control of a person, then there is no better friend than him. It is important to concentrate the mind, just a little effort and practice is needed. For me, no one is despicable, no one is dear, no one is poor, no one is rich, only those who remember me with devotion. I am theirs and they are mine. Shri Krishna belongs only to those who belong to Shri Krishna. God is just hungry for love and devotion. Whoever is absorbed in his devotion, whoever remembers him with love, he always does good to him. I am always with you and around you, no matter what you are doing. Whatever happened, happened for good. Whatever is happening for good. Whatever happens will also be for good. So, stay positive and do your duty. You are what you believe, you become what you believe, you can become. Our success and failure depend on how much we believe in ourselves. A person can become whatever he wants if he continuously pursues his goal with full faith. A person who is surrounded by negative people is sure to lose his way from his destination. It is said that the losers of the mind lose, and the winners of the mind win. Just as positive thoughts lead to success, similarly negative thoughts lead to failure. Because as we think, so we become, and through our thoughts, we get negative and positive results. Do your essential duty, for action is indeed better than inaction. Man is the only living being who works, hence doing work is also the dharma of every person. A person who does work is called karmavir. Therefore, it is always better to keep working than sitting idle. Wherever there is Krishna, the Lord of all human beings, and where there is Arjuna, the Supreme Archer, there too there will certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power and morality. Srila Prabhupada, Bhagwat Geeta. Where Shri Krishna is the follower of the world and Arjuna is the best among archers, there is definitely victory, extraordinary power and morality. Time always goes on, never stops. If today is a bad time, tomorrow will be good. Therefore, you just do your work without any selfishness, time itself will give the results. Time neither stops nor remains the same, be it bad times or good times, it definitely changes. If today is bad, tomorrow will be good, and if good then bad again, the time will definitely come. After happiness, sorrow comes, and after sorrow, happiness comes and goes. Therefore, we have no control over it, but we definitely have control over our actions. You just do the work, without worrying about the results. You will definitely get results when the time comes. He who is deluded by ego thinks, I am the doer. An ignorant person has this misconception that he is the doer. All the work is being done by me, so ego takes residence in it, but whatever is happening in this greatness, it is being done by nature. If the ego of I is born in a person due to ignorance, then his downfall is certain. I do not create anyone's destiny, every person creates his own destiny. Shri Krishna says that he is not the creator of anyone's destiny, a person writes his own destiny. Whatever seed you sow, you will reap the same crop. Whatever work you do, you will get the same results. If students study diligently, they will be successful in the examination. Therefore, the fate of every person will change only when he performs such actions. Earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intellect and ego, these are the 8 divisions of my nature. Whatever is in the present, whatever is past will not come, and what is to come, do not worry about it, but welcome it with open arms. Beyond confusion and doubt, when you love God, you love everything. The mind acts like an enemy to those who do not control it. And for the one who has conquered his mind, the mind is his best friend. In anger, man becomes confused, and due to confusion, his intellect becomes disturbed, and due to his wrong decisions, his downfall begins. One who sees an action in action, an action in an action, is the wisest among humans. Whenever you do any bad work or good work, you feel that no one is watching. Here Shri Krishna says that whatever you are doing, my eyes are always on you. Therefore, do not think that you are alone. Shri Krishna is always with you. Whatever happened, happened for good. Whatever is happening for good. Whatever happens will also be for good. You are entitled only to the karma, never to its results. Man is created by his faith. As he believes, so is he. The soul is beyond destruction. No one can put an end to the soul which is eternal. Happiness is a single state of mind, which has nothing to do with the outside world. Knowledge is better than mechanical practice. Meditation is better than knowledge. No one who does good will ever meet a bad end, whether here or in the world to come. By turning back within myself, I create again and again. Those who have harmony in mind and soul, who are free from desire and anger, who know their own soul, have the peace of God. We see what we are, and we are what we see. Whatever happened was good. Whatever is happening good. And whatever happens will also be good. Bad karmas do not have to be done, they get done, and good karmas do not have to be done. What have you lost that you cry? What have you brought into this world that you have lost? What have you created that you have lost? Because whatever you took from here. Whatever you gave here. What you are calling yours today was someone else's yesterday, and the day after tomorrow will be someone else's. Then why do you cry? Change is the rule of this world. It is nature that causes all motions. Charmed by ego, the fool holds on to the notion that says, I did. The feeling of heat and cold, pleasure and pain is caused by the contact of the senses with their objects. They come and go, forever. You must accept them. Do your work with full dedication, but do not desire its results. Because when you desire results, sometimes you are not able to fully dedicate yourself to your work. Speed requires attention to steps. But for progress, attention should always be given to conduct. While performing the duty prescribed by nature, the person did not commit any sin. For one whose mind is not under his control, his mind is like an enemy. They are fools who call love nonsense. Love is the root of this world, from which the world is made. Reshape yourself with the power of your will. Never let yourself be brought down by self-will. The wise integrate their consciousness and give up attachment to the fruits of action. Man is created by his faith, he becomes what he believes. The real goal of karma is the knowledge of the soul. Whatever we are is the result of what we have thought. We are made of our thoughts. We are shaped by our thoughts. There was never a time when I was not there, neither you, nor any of these kings. Nor is there any future in which we will not live. Immature people think that knowledge and action are different, but the wise consider them to be one and the same. Just as the person living in this body passes through childhood, youth and old age, similarly at the time of death he enters only another type of body. The wise do not fall prey to this. Neither this body is yours, nor you belong to this body. This body is made of fire, water, air, earth, sky, and will merge into this. But the soul is stable. Then what are you? You offer yourself to me. This is the best support. One who knows its support is always free from fear, worry and grief. One who sees an action in action, an action in an action, is clever. Reduction of desires is the key to happiness. No one who does good will ever have an evil end, whether here or in the world to come. What seems like poison at first, but tastes like nectar in the end, this is the joy of sattva, born of peace with oneself. Expectation only makes you weak in relationship. Expectation is born in your mind only. Calmness, humility, silence, restraint and purity, these are the disciplines of the mind. It is not enough to overcome all selfish desires. It is also necessary to control possessiveness and ego, which you are considering as your own and are becoming engrossed in it. This happiness alone is the cause of your sorrows. Karmas do not stick to me because I am not attached to their results. Those who understand it and practice it live in freedom. For a man who is unattached to the modes of nature and who is completely situated in divine knowledge, his work is completely merged in transcendence. Don't be discouraged now, because your time may be weak, not you. Even though weakness is given by God, dignity is created by the human heart itself. Ultimately all souls have to merge with God. This is the ultimate goal of the soul. All living beings are in me, and I am in all living beings. Your actions are the creator of your destiny. Your attachment is the great cause of your suffering. Today it is yours, tomorrow it will belong to someone else, so do not have unnecessary regrets. Living in the present and experiencing it as life. The soul is immortal, neither any weapon can cut it, nor fire can burn it, water cannot extinguish its radiance, nor wind can dry it. It is better to live your destiny imperfectly than to live it perfectly, an imitation of someone else's life. You can escape from evil for some time, but evil will find you even in a crowd of thousands, just as a calf finds its mother in a herd of cows. I am the creator of all living beings. How can you see me happy by giving pain to any living being? Only by becoming a servant of Krishna, life becomes successful. Don't worry, think. Pride sinks a person. Even though I am the creator, I cannot avoid the rules of law. The mind is a white cloth. Whatever color you dip it in, the color will change. Get up. Worship the feet of Shri Krishna. Give up shame and pride, free your mind and pay attention to your instincts and worship Haricharan. There is only happiness in life if we give up expectations. Half of the suffering in life is due to high expectations. It is better to be alone than to be with someone who does not value you. In the state of anger, confusion arises. Confusion destroys the intellect, and as soon as the intellect is destroyed, the person collapses. I see all beings equally. For me there is no big or small, rich or poor. No one is more or less dear to me, but those who worship me with love, I always belong to them. Erase mine and yours, big and small, yours and strangers from your mind, then everything is yours and you belong to everyone. You have the right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your action. Never consider yourself the cause of the consequences of your actions, and never become obsessed with not doing your duty. You have come alone, and you have to go alone, so trust yourself. Speak the truth even if it sounds bad, but do not tell such a lie that it seems true. The experience of love is such an experience that it never lets a person lose. There are 3 gates to self-destruction and hell: lust, anger and greed. One cannot win or lose from time, but one can learn from time. If the mind is restless, it is difficult to control it, but with practice it can be tamed. Through the movements of your mind, senses, breathing, and emotions, my power is always with you. And it is continuously doing all the work by using you just as an instrument. Everyone is born for a reason. Recognize this and just keep doing things. No human being is perfect. Everyone has some shortcomings, and everyone has some good qualities. Therefore, do not compare yourself with anyone, rather do your work with full devotion. Only the hardworking people create their identity. Those who do not do the work become extinct. The fire of self-knowledge burns away all the bonds of karma, O Arjuna, just as blazing fire reduces wood to ashes. You do what you want, then what happens is what I want. You do what I want, then what you want will happen. Lord Krishna says, believe in yourself and keep doing your work. A person who has no attachments can truly love others, because his love is pure and divine. The only way you can get me is through love. Whatever you have to do it not out of greed, not out of ego, not out of lust, not out of jealousy, do it out of love, compassion, humility and devotion. While performing the action, there is neither any harm, nor any resultant defect, but even the slightest progress of this selfless action saves us from great fear. The pleasure derived from the senses at first seems like nectar, but in the end, it is as bitter as poison. For one who has conquered his mind, the mind is the best friend, but for one who has failed to do so, the mind is the worst enemy. Your duty is your religion. Life is neither in the future nor in the past, life is only in this moment. Life is the name of this moment. Like, subscribe and share our channel with your friends. Hail Lord Krishna.